Intrigue. Children?
With hurricanes absolutely ham-fisting the southeastern United States, some wild news stories just aren't getting the run that they usually would. And one of those stories is exactly what I am here to deliver. A scandal so obscene that it led to the cold-blooded murder of a judge in his own office by his own friend. Buckle up, ladies, we're taking a road trip to Kentucky, which is also coincidentally what my celebrity crushes call home. Alright? We made it to the scene of the crime, the Letcher County Courthouse. Just inside these well-decorated autumn doors, Sheriff Shawn Stines shot and killed his own good friend, Judge Kevin Mullins, on high-definition video, which captured his final image. What led to this dastardly act? Well, there's two things. For thing number one, we have to rewind a little bit. In 2022, Sheriff Stines was accused in a federal lawsuit of failing to investigate one of his deputies that repeatedly engaged in unconsensual sexual acts with a woman in Judge Mullins' chambers, the same chambers where he got shot. This raises several questions. Is there a secret judicial pervert ring? Did the judge sit in the cuck chair and watch? Did the judge and the sheriff sit in their own respective cuck chairs? The world may never know, but Deputy Ben Fields, who succeeded Stines as the judge's bailiff, was sentenced to 6 months in jail along with 6.5 years of probation, which seems light? On to thing number two, which occurred on September 19th, 2024. The old pals, Sheriff Stines and Judge Mullins, went out to lunch with a group of people. Afterwards, just before 3 p.m., the sheriff busts into the judge's chambers. Stines pulls out his phone and makes several calls before he forces the judge to hand over his phone at gunpoint. He then proceeds to make a call using the judge's phone before firing 8 shots in a burst of rage. Who was the recipient of these phone calls? The sheriff's teenage daughter. It turns out the daughter's number was saved in the judge's phone, so it looks like that was what caused the sheriff to snap. Why was her number saved in the phone of a 54-year-old man who makes this expression? During my extensive research, the answer to this question and the daughter's age could not be found in any mainstream publications, so I did what any good journalist would do and put my fedora on as I waded into the Reddit forums. Notable source Chunk_Cheese claimed the rumor was that he slept with the sheriff's young daughter, while Thrash Boy says the daughter was either 17 or 18 and pregnant. Assuming any of this is true, that would mean Judge Mullins could have had his eye on the daughter as far back as 2018, before Stines was sheriff and was still his bailiff. Rewinding back to 2018, that would make the daughter 11 or 12. Yeesh. As the trial proceeds, hopefully more information about the true motive comes out. But the fact a small town of 1,700 people called Whitesburg had back-to-back absurd scandals involving a sheriff's department and a local judge made me think this story deserved more attention than it has received. Maybe one day we will find out the truth behind the cuck chairs. But in the meantime, there has been a GoFundMe established for the wife and daughter of the sheriff. Oh, and one last thing. Stines' defense attorney so far has argued the slaying was a crime of passion that was carried out as his client was experiencing an extreme emotional disturbance. Therefore, he should not be charged with murder, but with manslaughter based on the partial defense of extreme emotional disturbance. Doesn't sound convincing to me.